Dust2 is the decider. We have seen both these teams have some individual stars, some individual standouts so far. Who is going to be the biggest performer here on Dust2? We're about to find out. It's Imperial starting on the T side, Smoke going straight down mid, while Havan Liberty have some aggression at the ready.
Yeah, straight up short. It's DRG with the first kill. They open things up, but this short, there's 2 players here. They're not expecting the second, and Doc just cleaning up. That's 3 kills. They'll need a different doctor after that one, and that's a pure cleanup from Havan Liberty. They just had one idea of this pistol round, that it was push everything. Easy kills for Havan Liberty.
We have to keep on reminding you guys, Havan Liberty have that 6-man roster, so Cake is back into the server now instead of W1, who had a great start on Nuke. Faltered slightly as the game went on, but his teammates were able to help him close out that one, and now it's up to Cake as the 5th man in for this map to see if Havan Liberty can close out Dust2. We've got Deegs, we've got a scout out for Imperial after a one-sided pistol round. That stack from Havan Liberty was so well played by Doc. He did great work from his position. And here comes a Lurk Smoke into the B site. Peria's in, beating the Molly.
Period now on the left side of the smoke. He can play with his contact smoke when it's super deep into the B bomb site. It can really do a lot for you if you can get around here. His teammates are coming up the B ramp as well, and he's just buying his time. They're going to start looking at the window, and I love it. I absolutely love it from Imperial. Taking down the window player. Now DRJ having to hold on. He's got 2 kills in behind Car. He finally goes down. Showtime is the player to eradicate him. And once again, 3v3, but the T's have got the B bomb site. And you cannot underestimate how much of an advantage it is once you've got control of the B site.
Definitely could just lock the CTs out entirely. The timing on the first fights were great, but this time ZQK falls. Kit not recovered yet. Fastin finds another kill. Now it's 2 players coming in from tunnels. Doc trying to do what he can. They could really do with picking that kid up, but Allah's got a kill with a nade in the meantime. And Showtime is so low on health. He's looking for the fights. The time is so low, though. They've got that kit. They've got to get on the bomb now. And Showtime, rounding the corner, comes and gets the kill. That should do it. Doc's on the bomb, but I don't think he's got time. And you can see he doesn't think he's got time either. Imperial steal back the round.
Yeah, what a play there from Showtime, just getting in, no eyes for anyone other than the bomb planter, and he just gets on it. Good headshot to close, or good kill to get it over the line for the team. And yeah, just looking back at the pistol round there again, just how it all started, and then how it unwinds going into the second. 1-1, tied up, forced buy out here. On the CT side again, they've invested in with Deagle, Scouts, and Doc's really trying to go for this mid peak. They're just really having to go at this, aren't they? Finally, damage has been done, and it's Doc that's received it.
Doc and ZQK were playing some weird mini game down mid at the start of this round. I think now we are back to playing standard Counter-Strike. DRG getting up close towards the tunnels. Bomb has been left at spawn, so it's safe to assume this will be a slower round coming out from Imperial. Short control taken, fairly standard start to the round. They still have solid pieces of utility left to work with. A couple of smokes could come into the A site. They would have flashes to help them on that A aggression. I think if they go for this A push, it's fairly likely to be successful for them. The scout of Doc is committed to the A site right now, so he's going to have a hard time if he starts getting run down by some rifles.
Flash into the face of Doc. Fastin with the headshot. Chow following up. Showtime getting involved in the action. And DRJ alongside Kick left alone in this 2v5. Just Eagles on the exit, and Kick will find one. See if he can get another one up here. And short, they start to spam him from top middle as well, and T-spawn. He's actually very lucky to get out of there. Can't have your cake and eat it, Alex, but he's showing that you may be able to do so. headshots for him and finally dropped down. 2-1 on the board. Imperial into the lead after losing the pistol, swinging back with a follow-up 2 rounds.
Not much available for Havan Liberty into this one. Wouldn't expect to see much investment, if any. And not even buying anything in this one. So you can't even smoke the cross in this round. That gives the T's a good bit of early info. Looks like the mid stack is the call from Havan Liberty to try and counteract that. But Sal's already got a couple of good kills through mid. And he is out of ammo, but in comes the USP from the flank. That will put this round to bed.
Investment coming in for Havan Liberty. It's not the best, really. You don't have plenty of utility here. No AWP, of course. There'll be the rifles out. They have got that AUG in play in the hands of Cake. I do always wonder how, in 6-man rosters, we haven't really had too much experience with them. We've had a very limited sample pool. But I'll get back to that point because it's going to be a fast B play coming out here into the site. Chow opening things up onto DRG. And that's pretty much won the round, to be honest, Alex. They don't have the retake utility. They don't have the kits. They don't have money left over. So you've just got to save surely at this point. And even when they're attempting draws, they're just not winning enough of them to make this a realistic possibility. So it's got to be the safe call for the 2 remaining Havan Liberty players. So this is not the round they were hoping for.
And those are the sorts of spots when you're playing B-site Dust2 where it is important a lot of the time to have a player with a lot of experience who is... Oh, careful, Doc. He's scratching his face for a second there. He's got his gun out now. He's got his finger on the trigger. Yeah, it's very important to have a really reliable player on that B side of Dust2. And oftentimes that reliability comes with experience. Unfortunately for Havan Liberty, maybe they don't have that experienced player they can put into that spot and just say, okay, we're very confident this guy can hold this angle. And if you go down on that B site early, it is going to cause all sorts of issues for you. If that's something that consistently starts happening, then you have to overreact. You have to respond by potentially rotating towards B faster, and it can just cause all sorts of issue in the long run. So it's not the end of the world if you lose one round like that. But if you start losing a couple of rounds in that fashion, then it really starts to become a cause for concern.
So, on the headshot, Cake as well, just pushing in, finding that fight in lower tunnel, making some space for the team. This is a good start for Havan Liberty. You can be pretty happy about this one. Remix as well, the P250 elsewhere. Good kill from him. And the AK is now slipped by on short. 3v2. 1 kill from Chow has made this a bit better for the T side, but still a scary scenario. Having 3 players alive for Havan Liberty. Luckily, the A side is currently locked in for the T's. They can get this bomb planted for long, have that all post up long for the post plant. That should make things difficult to get back in here. You look at the utility left, it's 1 flash and a smoke, and they're just going to run it. Starting to move in, hoping this AK can find a little bit of space and not winning any draws. Havan Liberty had a great chance to win this round, but now all falls on Cake. 1v2 pushed up on the ramp. He's got to deal and flush this long pit player out. And with the AWP, he has the better position, the advantageous weapon. 5-1.
Not a bad effort for Havan Liberty considering the circumstances. Now they get that gun round back into their hands. We heard the discussion from the desk about how impactful those AWPs could be for both teams, but in particular, Imperial having that AWP out for ZQK. It's been a somewhat quiet start for him, but partly because his teammates have been so good. It's Remix's AWP who's going to get involved at the start of this round, though.
Oh, a good nade as well. That nade has done so much damage on the 2 players. And now trying to make a little bit of space into the B side. They're going to go through the smoke. Oh, fast hint. You've just given away an easy kill through to the fence, and now they can just leave. They can just leave the tunnels here of the T side. There's no other option. Don't try walking through B again. Remix down middle has Aloe right beside him. Another nade going through, and it's good. For a little bit of damage onto multiple players. Spam through. ZQK has been dropped down to 11 HP. This round is hard to watch if you're an Imperial fan. And now Doc is getting his time in the sun up short. That's the easy kills now for Havan Liberty. They keep 5 alive. That's just Imperial getting shot like fish in a barrel. There's nothing they could have done there.
I like that ZQK was trying to get proactive, trying to get aggressive with the AWP. We haven't seen too much of that style of AWPing from him throughout the day so far. But it was Remix who was able to pick the right spot over on long earlier in the round. Havan Liberty looking to see if they can keep on rolling here. And AWP of Remix staying active across the map. Get similar pressure on this B site early. That same lurk smoke going down. The nades countering from the CTs are doing considerable damage, but in comes Imperial's in. He's already got the first kill, and DRG has to be careful.
Oh, DRG doesn't get anything. 2 players in the T side just swinging out onto the B side. The full team's in here now. Has to be the safe call for Havan Liberty. There's no way you're taking this B side back. And Imperial, I love it, Alex. You know, they go B last round, doesn't work out for them. They just do it again. They know, okay, we're confident in the game plan here. Because it didn't work one time, we're not going to just stop going B. So they went B again. Successful this time. It worked out exactly how they expected it to. And they forced Havan Liberty to save their weapons. Not a bad T side already from Imperial. They got off to a very good start getting those rounds early on the board. Now 6 rounds picked up.
It's been a couple of those different players stepping up for Imperial too, which is great to see. I think when you talk about this Imperial team, that the 2 more experienced players in Showtime and ZQK are sometimes more on the passive side. So having some of these different names on the team playing that aggressive play style and getting a lot of impact is a really positive sign for them. Imperial's in that time being the point man onto the B-bomb site. This time it's the A long fight, but Cake just missed that molly and they're already rushing this down.
Closing in on that space early, taking that first kill, and now they've got long control. Full time to play with here as well. Just look at that clock. Minute and 30 seconds left. Still got the mid player waiting for those rotations, getting all that info on the sound cues. That's currently Riot. He's going to go down though. That's their mid player gone. It's always nice having a player in that mid spot when it comes to these long pushes, because you're conceding so much map control, that player can cut off the rotations. But here comes the walkout from Imperial. They put another player mid, which does weaken their long attack. They're just hoping they can catch one with the AWP. Well, the short player.
Attempted bait and switch. Pulling the crosshair down low, forcing the flick up to the AWPer, but both snipers miss, and now Fasted's flank could be key.
Yeah, he's got up short. Oh, Remix. Just checking short at the right time. And now they're swinging out long. Dogs would have liked something that unfortunately didn't get it. Cake's flash blinded him. It wasn't exactly effective on the T side. Now it's all on DRG, who has been able to take the first player. Does he go for the jump shot? He's 5 HP. Doesn't really have the info, it seems. Otherwise, he probably would have gone for that. Plays it safe. Peeks out to the right side. And in with the headshot. Havan Liberty. Get another round.
Rapid rotation over to the A site for the CTs in that round. They had 3 CTs there so quickly. They left the B site. They left the mid side of the map. Incredibly vulnerable. But the gamble paid off for them in this round as they rotated over. They needed every single player they could get, because even those 3 players stacked on A were only able to bring it down to a 1-on-1. That's definitely worth considering going forwards. Do Imperial decide maybe if they get the long control, they can go back to B in the future if that sort of rotation is set to continue?
Good nade deep into the tunnels. It's not deep enough. And now oh my god, the explosion, Alex. They're all just going to go 5 men into the B-bomb side again. Cake has to hold. He's going to line up. He gets 1 kill. Alan, DRG stepping up as well. And that's exactly the defensive hold you wanted.
That's the position you want to be in there. The spot that Cake's in is a good one to get that tight angle on the tunnel's exit. It's really good for dodging flashes. It's quite hard to blind the player in that position. You've got the pillar on the right side. The flashes over the top generally don't blind too heavily over the top of tunnels because you have to throw them so high. It's hard to get them close enough to really be considerable. And just getting that 1 initial kill and then surviving, allows you to have a lot of different angles where you're approaching that tunnel's position. And unless you have a smoke for door, for example, it's just going to be too many angles to deal with in that scenario.
Havan Liberty have definitely shown a liberty to go in towards B. I think they've been loving those explosion plays. Just once the utility is drawn in, immediately exploding upon it. QK definitely wants to get this AWP over. 2 players above him have crossed over, and Ala seems to be aware of this possibility in the lower tunnel. Comes down to the timing. It's like QK just desperately trying to stay alive. We've all played against a player that camps this in DM, so we know how difficult it can be to flush a player out of this spot, but now they know exactly where he is. 5 seconds. Ned whole flash is going through a player up atop as well. It was just destined to die. ZQK out of there.
Not allowed to save the AWP, and with a 2,400 losing bonus, not a lot of investment likely. This was the angle from DRG below the car that helped him get set up for some of those early fights. No one really able to look his way. For Imperial, not much investment allowed. ZQK had to get a Glock into this round, not having as much money as the rest of his teammates. All down to just landing some shots in this one. Not a single piece of utility in play.
One shot, Chow. Beagle to the head of DRG. Remix trying to pull it back, and he's done a very good job at that. His teammates just gone down, though. These Deegs are just wild from both sides. And now Remix really getting involved. He goes back, re-peaking and remixing the round. 5 picked up for Havan Liberty. Deagle's going through, but Remix just showing beautiful skills in that open mid.
That's what you want to see when the opponents don't have utility. Your AWPers should just be able to peek in and out like that and get very favorable fights. The Deagles have to be incredibly precise to get the kill on towards you, and Remix is confident that he can win all those battles. And that gives Imperial some, knowledge going forwards that they can't just run into that AWP one by one. In the gun rounds, they're going to have to use their utility to clear that AWP out of positions, but it's always good to live up to the test. Decent nade onto Doc. Barsin lining up this smoke grenade. There are players contesting for short control, though. Imperial not going for that yet, but it looks like eventually their aim is to get up towards short.
Yeah, this short control. And you have the option to actually just drop back B, try and at least draw one rotation away for the players that are inside of the B site. The play here for Havan Liberty looks to be a play into the tunnels. Deep smoke, contact smoke into B, though. That's going to cancel that push from Cake. He's going to have to stay in behind the smoke on the site. This B split looks to come through. Should be the smoke down in for CT spawn. Actually just going to apply contact. Here comes the smokes finally. They actually let Fasten go over first to see if he can catch a jewel and just kind of explode an ACT player. But now the play into the B side coming through from both angles, window and the tunnels, and it's perfectly executed. The kills have all come through, and once again, Havan Liberty forced into the save call.
I think this map, more than any other, it really feels like Imperial have a good game plan going into this, where they are going to keep Havan Liberty honest on the A side of the map. They are going to go for the occasional pressure towards A, the occasional A play, but largely they think that this B site is the weak point. And I think some teams don't use those B plays on Dust2 enough, because if you can just get one kill on B, it can really swing the round in your favor dramatically. There's a lot of pressure on those B-sided players to try and get multiple kills on the hold. And if you just get one great headshot onto the B site, it's actually really hard for CTs to recover a lot of the time.
Imperial have had some rounds that kind of fluffed it on B. I think when they're going for these two-pronged approaches, they're generally working a little better for them. When you have some sort of mid player or you have someone elsewhere kind of creating a distraction or at least being another prong to the approach, that seems to work more consistently for them. They've tried these contact explosions, haven't been as successful, but certainly have seen the B site as the site they want to continue to bombard. Remix has had some moments in the middle, mainly against the lower tier buy there. He's gone over to B side. 3 players. They About to walk into tunnels. There's going to be a lot of info. They're sending the AWP in here as well. No one's currently in the tunnels for the T side, which just signals it has to be the A hit. In fact, all 5 members of Imperial are inside of middle and pushing up into short. Area. Oh, the timing. I thought he was going to check in behind him, but he's about to go down here, Alex.
No way he knows this man is here. Headshot delivered by DRG, and Remix sets up for success. 2 kills on the AWP, and Imperial not even allowed to set up their play in this round. Showtime, the only man remaining, pointed out how consistent he's been for this team. He's not been able to consistently get involved so far in this game, and Havan Liberty shut it down.
Yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate, but I love the fact he jumps up on those boxes. I mean, once you commit to the boxes, you either get everybody or you die after eventually getting a couple of kills there. At least your teammate was close by to pick up that AWP, but yeah, I just love Remix going for that. It's fun to watch. Once he gets the second kill, pretty much shuts the round out. Nice kill from ZQK in the middle. He's up short already, and his teammates look to pressure long. They've got the player in the pit over on the CT side, which will allow for these 2 players to play off of each other, and Alec finally getting involved, but he would have liked the second kill there. They get to the second kill, that puts his team in a much better position, but now it's only just 1. Cake has to step up, and he's done that at least.
Done his job on the A side of the map, but he may have to move somewhere else because Imperial are sticking together, seeing if they can have a different angle of approach. Cake rotating back to the mid doors. No noise being made by Imperial, though, as they sneak up short.
Good reposition, though, from Remix. He's back in the A site, and he's, oh my god. He's just made a shot. They know exactly where they are now. Remix knows there's a player coming up short. He spots both of them, gets the first shot. Now has the cover of the site. He goes for the repeat, just not landing the shot. And now it's all on Cake. 1v1 up against Showtime. 5 and 10. He's not had the most impactful. He hasn't really had to do too much, but this would be the big clutch. Over the top of the site, fakes the plan again, and he gets the headshot. 8 rounds for Imperial.
A lot of the round wins for Imperial up until that point came from early aggression, came from some of those other players. But when it comes down to the clutch, when it comes down to the late round, Showtime is the man there to show up for the occasion. Jumping up on top of the box, taking the fight with full confidence. And now for the last round of the half, Imperial looking to see if they can get 9 on the board. Havan Liberty going with a 2-1-2 setup to begin with, but that means long control can be taken quite comfortably by Imperial.
Yeah, all 5 players out long again. No approach or no one left elsewhere. You know, you don't have that mid player. No control towards short, so it is the full committal out long. Remix going for the peak. Just dry out in the open. And Fasten is the player that's been taken down. Now they're just going to cross smoke. CTs have the advantage. They can play a retake if they want. Second smoke up. Ala through the smoke. This is just working perfectly. This is exactly how you want this round to go if you're having Liberty.
Rotate arriving. Boost might be at the ready. Ala looking over the top. Drops the bomb. And Imperial have almost no chance here. Getting that bomb back is unlikely. Getting 5 kills is even less likely for ZQK.
He's trying his best, but yeah, just in behind that car, it's always difficult to get some output. It's time for a short break, but we'll be bouncing into the second half after this. Don't go anywhere.
Keep it blowing, cause the drinks keep flowing up to the stratosphere is exactly where we going. While the beat vibrates, your pretty body starts to shake. If I ask for a dance, what exactly would it take?
It would take you being cooler than the coolest in the room. Take a chance for my hand, be a man, don't assume. And you can't be running game, cause I think it's kinda lame. If you as fly as you claim, cute boy, what's your name?
See, my name is Kevin Jack, but you can call me K. And I'm trying to kick it with you like every single day. We gon' party, party, party till like the break of dawn. And I won't do you no harm, so come and take my arm. We gon'
party all night. We're gonna party all night.
all night. Don't try and call me on the telephone. Don't want to argue anymore. I can't stand when you are not near. We can sort it out when you're here. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Don't like the tone of voice you're using there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get the second half underway of our last map, the first BO3. It's been a long one between these two teams, really bringing it to the brink. 8-7 as close as you can get it as well, heading into the second half. Havan Liberty on the T side, Imperial over on the defensive side. In the first half, we've seen a quick play from the CT side of Havan Liberty. Now we'll get to see what Imperial bring to it. And it's a mid play with 3 players going into the lower tunnels. And the kills all just keep coming in immediately. There's blood all over the floor in this pissed around. And it's mainly Havan Liberties. In fact, it's all Havan Liberties. It's just Remix left alone. And he cannot do anything. Headshot over the top of that smoke. 9-7. What a pistol.
Imperial are loving these B splits so much, Dinko. They're even doing them on their CT side. That is ridiculous. All 5 players stacked on towards mid and B. They push into tunnels. They take away those early kills, take away the bomb. And it's just so frustrating for Havan Liberty there. You don't even get the chance to run your play. You're probably talking about the pistol round for that entire halftime break. And then that happens to you.
just trying to reset, you know, okay, this game has been super close the entire first half. We focused up, we get that pistol, we had a great chance, but it doesn't go that way. And now we're just going to see a play into the B site from Havan Liberty, really trying to get the pressure on early. You know, they've seen a reset. They've seen a round like this in the first half as well, where you lose the pistol round out of the T side, then you sprint into B. Worked out for Imperial. Won't work out this time for Havan Liberty. Nope, not right now. They're going to be relocating back up to short, but because of that, in their transition, they've lost 2 players crossing the middle. And Ala, oh, he meets the same fate. And now it's all on Doc left alone in middle. What's he got up his sleeve?
They're up close.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, that's an awkward fight to take against Xiao, who finds a 3K on the round. Doc there had a couple of chances to rattle off some scout shots through the mid doors. I think that's part of the reason why Havan Liberty were comfortable going back to A, because they realized that the players rotating off of B could have been cut off by that scout, but unfortunately couldn't land the shots that would have made it really dangerous for Imperial. You know, if he gets a couple of kills on the cross, then Imperial have to think about where they want to put their CTs, whether Havan Liberty are going to go back to B after those kills. But unfortunately, none of those questions end up getting asked of Imperial because they get every single kill. And now they will be likely to win this round comfortably.
Deagle getting 1. The other Deagle up short, also finding some success into round 18. Fast Zin should be finding himself this long player if he doesn't get caught on the timing. Pin thrown and Remix getting close, low HP. Oh no, the Glock just walks up long quietly. Fast in, going down, provides a rifle to the T side, who now are on the A side. Bomb is still in middle, of course. So getting towards that bomb is just not going to be all that likely, especially with the positions of the CT side. You'd hope they should be able to take this away.
Time to play across the map for Havan Liberty to maybe give the CTs different angles to think about while covering this bomb. Remix is looking to do just that as he comes in towards tunnels. Showtime throwing a flash. That could have been heard there by Remix. Oh, this timing's great for him.
Really is. They're not looking this way at all. No one's looking at him. Remix. Oh, check the left. His teammate has to die to unveil the position. And now Remix, he can run to B. He can get the bomb plant if nothing else, but he's looking for the round win now. You should be aware of the tunnels play, and that bomb can get planted safely behind the boxes. Remix has the right read. He knows the play should be tunnels, and he's committed to it now. He has the cover, swinging out, headshot, coming in for the CT player of Imperial, and that will be the round win for the team.
And I was looking at the face cam at the end of the round, and there was an audible reaction. I guess not audible, visual reaction, Dinko. Unless I can somehow hear pictures on a screen, which wouldn't make sense. But yeah, that was an emotional reaction after that round. They were so close to winning what would have been a big upset round. Couple of timings going their way, bringing it down to the 2v2, making the CTs uncomfortable. But Imperial have been allowed to pull out these 2 AWPs. Now, Dinko, 2 AWPs for the CTs, neither of them currently in the hands of ZQK. Maybe Fasten's just got this long spawn early to see if he can take the fight.
No one from Havan Liberty peeking and giving him his opportunity. So, like you said, just the timing, just the position. And that's why he picked up the ult. Give him back very quickly after.
Still, though, Showtime on that secondary AWP is a bit of a switch up from the previous map, where we saw Piria's in, picking it up a couple of times and having some impact moments on Nuke. Playing on that B site with the sniper is Showtime, which is quite common for teams. Oftentimes, any B player on Dust2 is going to be willing to take that AWP at times to lock it down. Seen Rops do some ridiculous things from that position, even though he's not commonly an AWPer on the squad. So there's definitely a lot of merit to that play being made. Slow start to this round for Havan Liberty, but they've got some early map control. They've got a pretty decent start to the round with the short presence taken. Now they have left their options open with this short control.
Standard short execute coming in, smokes up, and Fasten changing his position. He's in behind the boxes, close here. Well, they haven't checked him. He's played this really well. He's let them run past, but finally they spot him. 1 kill picked up. Now the AWPer's turn to try and show up from the car. He stands on top of the roof, finding 1 over the top of the smoke. And we're down into a 3v3. No bomb plant yet for the T side. Finally secured, and of course it's planted for short. Currently 2 players there from the attacking side. The 2 should just play passive here. Let's run this clock down using the positional advantages. Remix has got 1 on the wall bank. Showtime is short, preventing them from going deeper down. And it's just the positions from Imperial. They finally get all of the kills needed. They just sit back. They don't panic. They don't make too many errors. And Showtime was always the player coming up through short. 12 rounds on the board for Imperial. They're starting to grab control of this in the second half.
Showing off that one aggressive position, an unexpected position up close onto the site, helping to delay that push that Havan Liberty were trying to throw at them. Havan Liberty able to get the bomb plant, so it's not the end of the world for them. It's not an awful round. It wasn't a shutout. Came down to 2 CT surviving at the end of it. Remix is even allowed to get the AWP into this one. Flashes on long have forced Piria's in away. He doesn't have much backup here because his teammates are stacked on B. Ooh, when do Imperial budge from this 3B stack? Maybe now, because Piria's spotted a player.
Molly down in behind car, smoke up as well. And they gotta start spamming through the smoke. Imperial, oh, he is taking shots through that bonnet. Still alive though. Still 5 players alive from both sides. As ZQK is hiding up at short, missing the shot. No one really landed anything just yet. Finally, first blood is drawn, and it's long. Doc with the headshot. Cake as well for the T side, successful. So they hold the man advantage into round 20. Now moving forward up long. They're just cutting through the defense. No one really holding strong here for Imperial, and getting caught with Nid in his hand. I can't believe he still gets that kill, but it's not going to be enough. Chow is still in this 1v3. It's going to be very difficult to pick this one up. Just take a look at the positions as well here from Havan Liberty. We've got one in Goose, one on the side itself, and one playing for the post plan out long. 2 ops on the T side as well. Chow, that's quick in the first headshot. He's got to get another one here if he wants a small chance into this. Again, that long AWPer will be the player that will be really difficult to take down, but he's got utility to try and negate that problem. Flash close into the site as well. Moves up closer and closer to the site for the time, taking the pressure zone to try and get this kill. One on the site, but can't get the long fight. Remix hits the shot. Nice try from Chow, but it's not going to be the round.
Bomb was planted in an awkward spot for Remix too. It looked like it was planted on the backside of that site. So he had to make sure he landed the shot before that player could cross. And he delivers under the pressure. Imperial back down to a weakened buy. A couple of scouts in there. They have gone for the investment, but if Havan Liberty can win this round, then this is anyone's game. And Farston has got aggressive early. Imperial taking a risk or two in this round. And Farston's aggression has paid off for it.
Kick trying to get this gap in the door to work with, but he's actually just been shot down to 41. On the CT side, won't be complaining about this start. They're going to push long. They have one player pinned down here alone. His teammates aren't nearby. Doc really has to hit the quick shot. They're not going to be checking this position, of course. And he's going to let them walk by. Oh, nice trigger discipline. Now his teammate coming out long as well. So QK gets involved, but that long teammate helping out with the immediate trade kill. Showtime and Imperial left alone. They're on B, coming back over for that rotation and having Liberty. They're just taking their time. You know, they don't want to make any errors here. They can use the utility for the cross deep into CT, so they only need to use the one smoke. And that is going to cause problems. That isolates the fight completely. Now it's just showtime.
Showtime spraying the first man on the cross. Now the scout arrives on short to help out, but they can't deny this bomb plant. Showtime dropping down. Cake has to flick, but Showtime gets another quick kill, and Allen is stuck on the site in the 1-on-2.
He's in the smoke here. Over the top, he could get the 1v1 under the CT player. He's got to change his position shortly, though. There's the kill. Now he can drop back and play from the side itself. Area coming back in from long. Allen needs the 1v1. He's got good positioning and swinging, but it's Period coming in with a USP, and Imperial up to 13. They had a weak buy in this one, but he still carried over the line.
Oh man, Havan Liberty losing out under close circumstances. It comes down to a USP, and it was looking so good for them. Doc showing the trigger discipline to get those 2 kills. The smoke goes into CT, but they can't account for Showtime on short. That AK coming in with 2 fast kills. And then in the 1v1, it could have gone either way, but it's the USP of Period that comes out on top this time.
I can't believe he hits that shot as well. I thought that was a shoe-in for the AK just due to the positioning, but the USP just domes him, Alex.
We've been seeing 2 very different approaches from these 2 teams on their T sides. Havan Liberty have largely been pressuring A. Imperial are going for a lot of B plays. It's time for Havan Liberty to try a B play of their own.
Showtime. Kicking down the ramp. Good kill. That's 2 picked up, and Cake picking 1 for the T side. They need more than that, and they're cleaning it up. All the kills they needed just came through. Now Chow. And his teammate, Zed, QK. Left with a FAMAS and an AWP. Oh, Kick. Oh, that's awful. Still getting the kill somehow. My feet lagged a little bit. I was left in suspense wondering how that duel went down, but I cannot believe Kick wins that. I can't believe he gets away with that. And Havan Liberty back onto the board with another round. I'm getting flashbacks to Nuke, Alex. You know, just the crazy back and forth. No one able to win round after round, putting them together. We're just going to have this crazy game.
You get to see some of the difficulties. Oh no, ZQK jumps into pit and Remix sprays him down. AWP taken out of the hands of Imperial. That is going to leave them with so little into this one. Even if they fully saved, they couldn't get a good buy into the next. So they've decided they're going to have to just go ahead and go for the force buy into this one. can see that on that B approach, though, the difficulty Imperial had was even though they got kind of even trades to begin with, they weren't able to cut off either side of the push. They got a couple of kills on the mid fights, so the players from Tunnels were still pushing in, encroaching on them from both angles, and now the pistols from Imperial have to show up, and Showtime has got the first shot to go their way.
Clearing out Car, Fasten, living up to his name. He's already at top middle. He's in behind them. They were watching for it, but now they've pushed out long. There is a timer on his play for it to be potent. He's also got to hope his teammates can do something on the hold. Currently wanting Gandalf. Showtime down in CT. Utility will start to clear out the side itself, and shots start to ring through, but none of them really connecting. Showtime getting boosted up. He wants this. Flank doesn't work out for Fasten, nor does the boost. And this round is definitely not going to go Imperial's way. You've just got to hope for some wildness on the scouts. You kind of want this jump shot to get a kill, and that's exactly what it has done. A 2v2, and the scouts keep getting kills. Remix left in a 1v2 clutch with the AK, and this is a nightmare for Havan Liberty. But Remix wakes them up. 10 on the board, and that is huge from him.
We've had 3 separate players stepping up for Havan Liberty on each of these maps. This time it's Remix, but these shots from the scouts. Not much you can do about some of these shots. The jumping kill through the box landing twice. It had to land twice.
Oh. Unbelievable. I thought I had done the ultimate caster's curse right there. You know, this isn't happening. And then it just starts to happen in front of me. Like, what have I done to deserve this? Oh, Showtime. Goodbye. Somehow Showtime stayed alive. Chow middle. Loses his life to the Mac 10. You kind of want to get the kills in the Mac 10 here. You know, you want to build up as much money as possible. I feel bad for Showtime. Yep. Doesn't have the weapon for it.
Definitely got to give a lot of credit to Remix in this game, because we were talking about in the pre-game how we were somewhat expecting Imperial to have the edge in terms of that AWP battle, in terms of the sniper who would have the most impact, and that has very clearly not been the case. Remix has exceeded our expectations. ZQK has probably slightly under-delivered based on what we were expecting to see from him. And unfortunately for Imperial, they won't get a chance to make the most out of that AWP in this round. It's only rifles available for the CT side. No kit in the hands of Imperial either. I talk about this all the time, Dinko, but it's an important point. On Dust2 especially, if you're on the CT side without a kit, you have to, ahead of time, have an idea as to how you're playing these bomb sites. You know, if you're playing for retake on A, you need to be aware of that, and you need to be aware that with that lack of kit, you've got to be very quick at clearing out those positions. So hopefully with this timeout coming through from the T's, Imperial can go ahead and figure that out ahead of this round.
Fun fact, Eco Warriors, Havan won 3 out of 4 of the rounds they spent between 5 to 10K in on Nuke. That is just ridiculous, Howie. I remember back to that map. You know, I'm just going to put it in the memory hole. I'm right back in the round 25, getting into crunch time here in Dust2. Fast play down mid from Havan Liberty with the flashes. Oh no, Showtime. He might spot the short players up Xbox One. Only there for the defensive player. And now Havan Liberty have short.
How are they going to play this A site without an AWP? Well, they might not need to, because it's the mid play from Fastin that has to try and counter it. Periazin gets one of his own. CT smoke deployed. That was an important one. That slowed Havan Liberty down, and now ZQK might be able to get back into position. Oh, that CT smoke was so good. ZQK can now watch this.
Yeah, he's now moving forward, crossing in behind it. Just as soon as that fades away, he'll know there's no one actually pushed through those mid doors that he has to worry about.
It's still such a rough spot for the CTs, though. Like defending that A site is really hard to do right here. When you're up against an AWP, you're up against some nades. You don't even have counter utility. You don't want to play retake on A, but when you go down to a 3v3 like this, it is just so hard to hold it, especially without a long control.
Yeah, the issue here is if Havan Liberty just take the site, you almost have to think about that bitter pill, right?
Look at what Imperial do, though. They just push tunnels.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, they've taken control of it back. You know, they can try and get back to the site on time. Remix is going to try and come out long. Smoke down for CT Cross. Follow up as well. There's one player inside the site, and that kill on the cross, that's huge. That's exactly what they needed. And now a Gandalf, Shao, lies and wit. He's got his teammate up short as well to try and deal with this. One molly. That negates the short problem, but still you've got to deal with the Gandalf player. Bomb starts to come plant, and that's just one onto Remix. Now he needs the second kill, spraying away. Shao's got it. 14 rounds for Imperial. Great adjustment in the late round there to get it over the line.
It's just excellent awareness in the mid-round of what needs to happen for Imperial. They realize that holding that ace site is going to be so hard to do. So instead, they make it so that they can push tunnels, they can get information, and then when you have 3 CTs rotated over to the A site, now the hold is looking much more tasty. Imperial get themselves up to 14 rounds off the back of a great mid-round call, and that could be the sort of thing that makes the difference in this game. A couple of big mid-round calls from these Imperial players could get them over the line.
DRG out. Flash assist from his teammate. On the CT side, and Doc and DRG are successful in keeping a player afloat here and Havan Liberty. Long control, though, is still on the CT side. And they're going to try and go for the quick short adjustment. Hasn't worked out for them. In fact, they've just lost a member of their team, so they're going to have to try and go mid this time. Only one player trying to defend B. If they smoke off the cross at CT, that's going to isolate this fight. And we've got to see a big hole from Peria come through. He's been under a lot of pressure before, and he can handle it, but we'll see if he can do it this time. First up, second is good as well. Finally put in his grave, but it's a 1v2 for Remix. 26 and 14. He's been popping off, but this, you can't expect that. Showtime, just B-hopping through the door, and you can see the frustration, right? He just pulls his knife at the wrong time. I really believed in that clutch attempt.
Seeing all the emotional responses from these South American teams, everything we'd expect to see. Showtime just jumping through the doors. Always a frustrating thing to spot when you realize you could have had a chance to win the round, but too difficult this time round. And Havan Liberty have 2 AKs, 2 Deagles, and a scout to try and close this out. ZQK lands the initial kill. He has to fall back, but one of his teammates is pushing up short while this happens. ZQK having to go back to the bomb site. Fasten's got them locked in here. They're trapped.
Havan Liberty have to play for long. Either that or they have to win this battle long when they drop back into top mid. I do not envy their position right now.
Imperial aren't 100% sure it's every single player, though. They don't have that full info. So they're having to make sure they at least have some players somewhat towards being mid.
Yeah, but look at Perrier. He's pushing through everything. So once he looks in the tunnels and sees it's completely empty, you've pushed mid, you've got short control, you've got tunnels control. You have to realize it's going to be long. So there it is. That's the info picked up. And Fasten's still just locking them in at long. I feel real bad for Havan Liberty right now. They're using the utility as well. They've got 2 smokes left to re-smoke the cross when they eventually do go into A. But look at the read. Imperial have everybody over here because they have all the info. Havan Liberty, if they want to win this, they've got to get every kill here. They can't afford to drop too many players. Here comes the cross smokes. Ali holding the flank, and oh, Fasten, you've had the perfect round here. They're not looking at you. This is an easy free kill, and the second should be his as well. He's got to go for it, and he's got it locked in. 2 players left in the ramp, trying to get over the top, and DRG locking in 2 kills. Jumps up into the site, peers over, and Showtime locks it in. 16-11, a 2-1 victory for Imperial. It's hard fought. Havan Liberty pushed them to the brink, but Imperial will take the series 2.